right, it looks like we are live. Hello everybody, this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. So I didn't have much time for a setup today, so I'm going to go through a quick little weekly weather podcast, or what I'm trying to do is get it weekly for you guys. So I didn't have much time for graphics. I just want to get right to the forecast models and what we're going to be expecting. Because today was a beautiful day, but are we going to see that nice weather continue? Well, let's talk a little bit more about that right here. So in the background here, I do have the satellite image. It's kind of interesting. You can kind of see these wavy patterns going through the atmosphere. A lot of people don't realize this, but you can think of the atmosphere as a fluid. And the fluid dynamics happen in the atmosphere the same as kind of like fluids we would think of like water. So that's where these wavy kind of patterns happen. And it's interesting to see that right through that loop right there, the waves passing through. So overall, today was a very nice day. Very comfortable with the temperatures, and it started out very sunny, but we are seeing again on the satellite there a little bit more cloud cover than we would like, although it's breaking up a little bit. The other interesting thing with this satellite, this is a visible image, so that's why as the sun's starting to set now, you can see this image getting darker. There's another one I can switch to, and this is the infrared image. So infrared sees in temperature. So with this, let me animate it for you. With visible, obviously, you need daylight. So at night, visible satellite is pretty much useless. That's where infrared comes in. It has a couple of neat features. Can't really see the wavy pattern, so it doesn't look as detailed with the satellite image there. But we can still see these clouds coming through. Not too much, but we are seeing increasing clouds coming in from the west. And we're going to be seeing maybe a little bit more stormy action. But let's get to some of the forecast models. And just quickly with the radar, nothing. We got beautiful skies, nice dry skies throughout all the tri-state region there. So we don't have any showers to worry about for the rest of this evening and tonight. Now let's get right to those forecast models. So let's actually start here. Let's start with the GFS. So the GFS is showing high pressure off into the Atlantic there, kind of keeping the showers at bay. However, there are still showing showers for this evening. Then we're going to fast forward here. So this is starting 8 a.m. tomorrow. That high pressure is still out into the Atlantic. However, we're seeing throughout northern New York State lines of showers coming through, and this will be making its way probably down, and we could see a little bit of some thunderstorm action. So we are going to be having the increasing humidity starting tomorrow, so it's going to be getting a little bit more summer-like by tomorrow as well. Then let's see, this is the image from 2 p.m. and now this is the image at 8 p.m. Thursday, tomorrow. So we are seeing that rain that was in northern New York State make its way down, and it's pretty much throughout all the tri-state region. It looks like once you get into Suffolk County, it's not really getting there on this forecast model, just because it's going to be a little bit further east than what this GFS is showing. Now let's take a look going into Thursday night, going into Friday. It looks like the rain is still there. Here comes the low pressure center right there. So that looks like it's going to be coming through just south of us on the GFS here. And when I fast forward, oh, this looks like a lot of rain coming through. So let me rewind, show you Friday. So this is the picture for 2 p.m. on Friday. Maybe some spotty showers there, but nothing really yet. And now the low pressure system, it's actually right there. And this is going to be coming in a little bit more. This is another low pressure that was kind of like a rain train again. I talked about that last weekend. We're going to have a little bit more of that coming through. It looks like Friday night to Saturday. So this is some moderate rain, it looks like, in some areas, but most of it's actually out into the Atlantic there with the yellows. Then when I fast forward here, so now this is the image at 2 a.m. on Saturday. Low pressure is very well organized, and we're seeing some pretty intense rain right there, and that's eastern Pennsylvania just touching into western New Jersey there. And then this, when it comes through for Saturday, so this is now 8 a.m. on Saturday. quite a bit of rain right there, and it looks like we're going to be dealing with intense rain. This is quite a well-organized system with its counterclockwise rotation. And let's see if we go into the afternoon hours. Still raining, but the center of the low pressure is pretty much east now. So again, in the northern hemisphere, counterclockwise rotation is going to be around low pressure systems. So this is going to be maybe northwesterly winds around that center of the low pressure, but we're going to be still dealing with some lingering showers by the afternoon on Saturday. Then we take a look at Saturday night. So this is about 2 a.m. overnight Saturday into Sunday. Still pretty breezy because when we look at those black lines, those are called the isobars, they're getting pretty close together, and that means we're going to be having some pretty intense rain, intense wind, I should say. However, this is making its way out. Then for Sunday, when we go take a look at 8 a.m. on Sunday, it doesn't look too bad. It still looks like most of the precipitation is just out into the Atlantic, not dealing with any precipitation, but it's going to be a little bit breezy with those tight isobars. And by the time we get to Sunday evening, those isobars, they get a little bit more widespread, so the winds start to die down. It looks to be pretty dry out there as well. And for Monday, Monday looks to be starting out fairly nice. So this is 8 a.m. on Monday. And for 8 a.m. on Monday, very dry. There's another high pressure that's going to be giving us very nice conditions. Then for later in the day, so this is showing Monday evening at about 8 p.m. Again, a bit more showery action. This is going more so into northwest New Jersey, getting into the Hudson Valley, seeing some showers there. Then for Tuesday, so during the day on Tuesday, it looks to be fairly nice. However, again, these are forecast models with estimates, so it's showing some spotty showers around the tri-state, getting into northern New York State, and then further west into Pennsylvania. So these can change, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated as these days approach. Then the last day of the 7-day forecast, next Wednesday. So this is 8 a.m. on Wednesday. High pressure to the south out into the Atlantic, kind of acting like a shield, protecting us from any precipitation, and it's showing that right here as well. It looks to be fairly dry. And then by the time we get to the afternoon, the evening, again, it looks like we're seeing some from the northwest, a bit more showery action coming in overnight next Wednesday, but that is still quite far out. So we are going to see maybe a little variance in that forecast model. The next model I want to show you, which is going to be the last one for today, is the NAM. It doesn't go out that far. It goes out until maybe early Sunday morning. So when we look at it here, this is going to be again back at, this is, where are we? So this is showing 8 p.m. tonight, so it's still very dry, nice conditions out there, high pressure, still kind of in control, but it's going to be moving out. And then we're going to be seeing overnight, so this is the picture, 8 a.m. tomorrow on the NAM. Nothing in the area yet. Once you get into it, looks like Sullivan and Ulster and Dutchess there, maybe some spotty showers, but nothing yet. And let's fast forward into the afternoon. So a lot of this is interesting. If I back out here, you can kind of see this. Ooh, I lost it. There we go. You kind of see this kind of skim to the north. So it doesn't really show as much of a shower or a storm chance, but the humidity is going up over the next couple of days. So we may have that shower or storm chance for Thursday and Friday. So the NAM is kind of showing this. Ooh, it looks like my battery is going kind of low on here. So let's end this fairly quickly. Friday here. So this is the picture, 8 a.m. Friday. Looks like still some spotty showers there. This is actually showing kind of the opposite. Before, on the GFS, it was showing nothing over Long Island and most of it over the other areas in New Jersey and the Hudson Valley. But this one's showing more so over Long Island. So this is where we can see some variances in the forecast models. Now the big picture with coming in overnight Friday. And it looks like this is starting the precipitation much sooner. So this is 8 p.m. Friday, showing those intense bands of rain coming through already. The center of the low pressure is right there, and that's going to be, actually, let me close out that notification. So it's interesting to see, and the NAM is a higher resolution forecast. That's why the picture looks much neater on this than on the GFS. Then when we go into Saturday, this is 2 a.m. on Saturday. Very intense rain. The center of the low pressure is pretty much right over New Jersey, and then this is going to be moving pretty much east, maybe a little bit northeast. So now this is 2 p.m. Let me back up one here. So this is 11 a.m. on Saturday. Still in the area, but that low pressure pretty much moved just east, and on the next frame it starts to make a northeasterly turn. So we can still see some showers lingering into eastern parts of New York City, then going into Long Island by the time we start getting to the afternoon on Saturday. Now this is 2 p.m. Pretty much out of the picture and starting to dry out throughout the tri-state there. And now the end of this forecast model is 2 a.m. on Saturday. And it's still also showing these black lines here, those isobars, pretty tight. So when these get tighter again, that means it's getting windy. So we can see a little bit more breezy conditions on Sunday, but that low pressure system is pretty much just out of the picture. So a little bit of a more impromptu weather podcast for you. I didn't really have time today to get a full setup and full 7-day forecast graphics, but we are going to be seeing temperatures pretty much staying in the low 80s throughout the next couple of days. We're not going to see those 70s like we saw at the beginning of this week, at least until we get for another month or two. Once we get closer to September, then we may start to see those 70s again, just pop up here and there. But overall, the average temperature is supposed to be between the low and mid 80s for this time of the year. So I want to give you guys again that quick little weather podcast for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, even though it was a little bit quick. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Enjoy the fairly nice conditions we're going to see going through Sunday, the second half of the weekend, which is your pick of the week. I'll also have a weekend weather update coming through Friday afternoon or Friday evening to give you guys a little bit more detail about what to expect for the weekend. Have a good evening, everybody, and remember to stay safe out there. Bye.